I'm sorry I'm late, baby, but I just got paid today. Got me a pocket full of change. If you believe like working hard all day, just step in my shoes and take my pay?
Well, hello, boys and girls.
Hi.
What a wonderful day it is today in our money-based economy. Well, sit back and relax and get ready for the guy who's about to ruin everything.
I'm puzzled. Are you really seriously suggesting that Jesus Christ was a mushroom?
Wait, Jesus was a mushroom Roberts.
Yes. You are dealing with a secret cult, a secret society.
Welcome to Waning Interest.
Welcome to the Waning Interest Podcast, number uno cuatro tres, June 1st, 2024. What day is it? There's a lot of color today, and that's why I'm covering my shades. The babbling dabbler, the smallest click on the internet, the pinball brain in your favorite machine. It's like a diary or a book, but not as stale or coherent from a more mentally challenged gump dude. Or if Mikey and Mouth from the Goonies, I got to scratch that fucker off there, and I'm not doing that one anymore. Mikey Mouth from the Goonies played a lot of bareback leapfrog. And then a little while later, tonight it was just me. Because Susie, she crapped out on me, taking care of these fucking sick folk, man. Like, I'm not sick. It's bullshit. It's not fair. Is my screen right? I can't see a goddamn thing. It's probably better that way, isn't it? Isn't it? Wait. Oh, I got something for you real quick as soon as possible. Swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
Ma just made an appearance. There you go. Little shit's got a name now. That son of a bitch. I sweep that little step off my back. I just have that there because we haven't figured out what we're gonna do quite yet. But that little bastard, or bitch, I don't know, whore, slut, motherfucker. I sweep that shit up, and then every day he comes up there, and that's where he has his little picnic. And oh my God, I saw smoke, and I thought it was a person. Whoa, this weed is good. Strawberry something candy, strawberry candy. Couldn't help it. Name was great. And whoa, it's a good indica, right? Yes, that's what it was. Hybrid indica. They're all fucking hybrids. No, shut up. You don't get to the point. Anyway, again, swept that shit up. Ma makes a mess maker's little back. Quick appearance. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. Little shit's got a name now. Okay, there's the animal portion.
Little dance there.
Yeah, the river dance.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All right, yeah, we're just going to race through. Seeing how we're all alone, I got nobody to talk to. I'm just going to, it's going to be like this all night.
Walter can take a 10-pin lead with a strike in the seventh.
This is going to be all PBA.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
All night. And then, of course, wow, what a great open, huh? When you're all by yourself, and you got this plant. I was so looking forward to, oh shit, what's that? Oh, get out of there. Oh, it's me. Oh, close that, would you? Thanks. All right, cool. Right on. What? When? Because. That's why. Shh. Anyway, it was the same. Oh, I was all looking forward because I figured Susie didn't have to do her, that stupid shit, taking care of people. Yeah, it was better with these, wasn't it? I was looking forward to her bringing in a new game because I really enjoyed playing that game in Whip 142. Was it 142 or was it 141? I've already forgotten. Good, because see, this is why I need Susie here. This is bullshit. Bullshit. We should probably stick to 30 minutes, huh? Of course not. We got plenty. Oh, I'm going to read, what was it 137? 137? Yeah, Breaking Bowels. I'm going to read the AI from that. Fuck, this AI shit is so crazy. Everybody's loving it, but man, it does nothing but fuck shit up. I mean, not nothing. That's bullshit. No, there is some cool stuff, but when they try to whatever this stuff is, this summarize, what is it? Summarize.tech. When they summarize your shit, they fuck up royally. It's seriously like being married again. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. It's not what I said. I swear it's not what I said. I'll fucking show you. And that's the best part. I can read it on this one, and then you can go have some fun. If you haven't watched 137 yet, you can go see for yourself. And but what you can do is you go to that, what is it, summarize.tech, I guess is the thing, yeah. And you can put in a YouTube link if it's set for the ability to be able to do it, and it'll summarize the shit for you. And then, but don't go by that. I'm gonna prove it to you some more. This is all I got. And I keep teasing that I'm gonna fucking read from Stanhope's, another little bit from Stanhope's This Is Not Fame, but we keep dropping that because we're just having so much fun. That fucking game was a lot of fun. That's a new thing. We gotta have a game every. That's a good 30-minute time killer. Gotta have that. You hear me, Susie? You hear me? I know you're watching, even though you're taking, you're sticking needles in people. Yeah. Oh, fucking that Star Wars stuff. I mean, I just now I can't even say it, man. Having so much fun now, hating Star Wars, coming from from one of the OG Star Wars dorks from the 70s, who just is loving that. It's so pathetic. Have you? Maybe I don't know if hopefully somebody posted. Ooh, man, I told you that fucking strawberry candy was good. Because this is just coffee. I swear. Maybe a little too much sugar. This new, they just keep getting worse and worse. It's everything corporate. It's just it's a reminder of radio when radio got so corporate and just watching everything get worse and worse, and firing the people that were good because they made too much money, and putting people in their jobs that weren't ready to have those jobs because they were cheap, and just making everything just shit. In this interview with the cast members of this new Acolyte show, and I only know this just because I watch Nerdrotic. I watch if you don't watch that, Gary Neurotic. I'm a Mahler fan, Critical Drinker, Friday Night Tights, Friday Night Tights. And that's the only reason I know any of this shit anymore, because I don't watch it. Please don't. Oh, it's just so fucking awful. I mean, if you're gonna watch it, it's just a hate watch. I mean, even the interviews now, this fucking kid, and he kept saying it over and over. He keeps talking about how, it's so great to be part of this Star Wars. It's so awesome, and it's such a great IP and legendary, blah blah blah. And then he says Anakin blew up the Death Star, and then he said it again, and nobody's correcting him. And then there was a second interview. I guess he did it again, and I'm just sitting going, "Is this really? This is how fucking I remember this in radio. It's just, what the fuck?" It was kind of like the news people they let take over these kids who didn't even really know the area, weren't even from there, and then there's this thing they got to go to live with a dude. What was it, 95 or 6, when that guy in Miami hijacked a school bus and took it from Fort Lauderdale down to Miami, I think, or I don't remember exactly where it started. Ended up where the guy was dead in front of what was it, Joe's Stone Crab, or was that what it was? Joe's Stone Crab, in front of that place. I think all the kids were fine, but they were on the air, took over the airwaves from Rick and Suds and Neil, and was talking about saying the fucking guy was going on a road, going in a direction that road didn't fucking go. I think he might have, I don't know if he said, I think 595 south or something like that. 595 goes east and west. I mean, and the host, I remember being in the control room, watching over, go, what the fuck? And they're in there going, what the fuck? Then, of course, they went on the air and said, what the fuck? Without saying, what the fuck? That's Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star. When the fuck did that happen, bro? And he's just so adamant, and it's just so fucking fake adamant. This guy, oh my, I can't. It's like it's like another version apparently of this. I was never really a Doctor Who fan. I remember watching a bit when we were in elementary school. They'd show it sometimes, and they'd wheel that TV out that was on the thing with, on that stand that had so many shelves and had all that gear that's no longer necessary, but so cool still to look at and reminisce about. What? When? Because? I don't know. But I wasn't a fan like some of these folks and this new one with this. Guess the timing too with being June 1st. I don't know. They tried to get it out there a little quicker before. I don't know. But it's almost the same fucking thing it was so bad. And as much as I'm going, you fucking fake motherfucker, I still have that mostly sadness. Like, you poor bastard. I think I might have tweeted something nasty to him. Oops. Well, I just said what he was. He's a knee-bending fucking corporate hack douchebag. Ugh, so gross. Oh, another reason on the list of why I no longer in the wood of holly. Ugh. Hey, kid, you keep listening. Get out. Everybody that I've said, leave. Get out. I left before a lot of folks. But that's just because, I wanted to. Say what? I tell you, Star Wars fucking sucks. It always really did for the most part, except for Harrison Ford and James Earl Jones and the Millennium Falcon and Peter Mayhew. Okay, there's some other cool shit too, but Jesus Christ, man, what a waste of love! What a waste of love. Kind of like the waste of love on Mark Ruffalo. You got to separate the artist from the art, or the artist from the, yeah, right? What? Something like that. But, oh man, used to be my hero, and now I don't even give a fuck what he does anymore. Thor Ragnarok is one of my favorite movies, and still I'm like, it's fine when he's the Hulk. I don't want him as Banner anymore. Ugh. But that fucking movie still holds up. Thor Ragnarok is so good. Just boom, 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 boom. The pacing, everything's it's fucking funny. Still good. One of the few that I own on still it's on that iTunes. And Fury Road, I rewatched Fury Road because of all the Furiosa talk, and poor Furiosa. It's so funny. Everybody's saying it's actually a good movie, kind of like Fall Guy. Everybody, all these people that I trust, like Mahler, Drinker, Gary, those people, those folks. Oh, geez, all crackers. Sorry, all dudes, all cracker dudes. Man, I must be an evil prick. I must be an evil. Oh, is that thing ready? It's ready. Of course, it's ready. Okay. But they say the movies they're actually good movies, but they're failing horrendously, and it's nice to see fucking Hollywood fail. I hated. I tell you, Hollywood would have failed a long time ago if they hadn't thrown all that shit at Charles Manson and distracted everybody. Because if the truth had come out, Hollywood would have sunk a long time ago. That'd be a neat little. That's a cool idea for a flick, or for a story anyway. I don't know. More long form is better now. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. People are more used to, they want long form. I don't know. I still haven't been in the fucking theater since the first Wonder Woman. But I still know what's going on. Because I'm still a fucking dork. Hey, how are you? Happy Saturday, right? Just got paid today? Not really. That's bullshit. That's bull. Sorry. I knew I'd have a moment. I miss you, Susie. I miss you, Susie. But I'll get through it, won't I? I think, maybe. Because I do a little...
Little dance there. Yeah, the river dance.
That's Ryan Schaefer for folks that don't know the PBA, don't know bowling. That dude, man, was around. He won Rookie of the Year in I think '87, and was around and just almost always in the top 24. Made shows all the time, and I think before he moved on to the old folks tour, the 50 tour, PBA 50. I think he only won 4 or 5 titles. Poor bastard. Still should be in the Hall of Fame from how well he did, how consistent he was. And he's diabetic. He's got a little thingy. It's on his belt. A lot of people think there's a microphone when he's not wearing a microphone. Little thing, because because when they're wearing a microphone, you can see usually, but sometimes you'll see 2 on him. Hey, maybe you see it during the dance.
Pin.
See, there's one.
Little dance there. Yeah, the river dance.
He's got a dose. One's for the microphone and one's for a little of his thing for diabetes. And he's still consistent. Bam, bam, bam. And that guy, so many bad breaks on TV and shit. Some of them are against this motherfucker. Yeah. And then, some of them were
Fuck yeah.
Brian Valls. And Ryan would...
Walter can take a 10-pin lead with a strike in the 7th.
What do I got to do? Okay, there's your PBA lesson for the evening. All right. When do we... Oh, yeah. Did I tell you Star Wars fucking... Oh, my God. It's so sad. It's so fucking sad. But now it's hilarious. I remember I used to be angry at it. Because, it was almost like... What the... Like with Kenobi, remember, that was the last time I had expectations. But Ewan McGregor was attached to us. So I'm like, it's gonna be good. He's one of the producers as well. He's coming back. Come on, this is gonna be good. That was me watching Kenobi. And that's about how long I watched it. So fucking awful. And it just got worse and worse, and it's gonna get better. And it's, oh my God, how the fuck? It's got to be on purpose, because how the fuck do you not know? Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Well, back to the corporate thing. And I remember back in those days too, we were in this big building in Miramar when we got consolidated. Clear Channel bought everything up, and then I was working. That's where I started working with Susie and Juanche. And a few of us would always, it seemed like every 3-4 months, we'd be sitting there at lunch at this one spot on the second floor where you could see everything, and downstairs, because the upstairs was just the ring, almost like an asshole, like a fucking anus, yeah, because that's where the salespeople were, in that hole. And shit would go down that was just, what the fuck, business-wise, where whatever, and there'd be a handful of us that would always made it through going, shit, it can't get any worse than this. And there we were 3.5-4 months later again. Shit, it can't get any worse than this. And then, of course, shit. And then all of us lost our voices, which sucked because we were in radio. But then there was the one after I left, the one that I heard about, the Christmas time one, where it was the Christmas after I left in February, and of 2002, and then that Christmas, like a month before Christmas, there were rumors going around that one of the stations was going to flip, and the whole on-air staff was, and during the Christmas party, which they had in the fucking building, the GM stood there and said, "There's rumors going around, blah, blah, blah. It's not happening, blah, blah, blah." And like a week later, lovely stuff. It was kind of like it kind of reminds me of leaving California, but before a lot of other folks. Like, I just got the fuck out. And you know how stupid I was? This fucking douchebag gave 4 weeks notice. 4 weeks, not dos. Cuatro. And did I pull that? And I had I think I had like 12 sick days because I never did that shit. Never used them. Hardly ever used my vacation. I had like 2 weeks of fucking vacation. And you know what most people do? They give their notice and then they use that shit up and hardly show up to work. I didn't do that. I fucking came to work almost every single day. I took like a couple of those days off just to finish packing in the house. Thanks, Neil. This douchebag. I didn't even take him at that. And for not doing that, for being somebody who didn't do that, pull that bullshit like most people did, which usually I'd be one of the people that got fucked over by people doing that when they bolted. I didn't want to do that to my folks because they were my friends. So I didn't want to fuck them over by just not showing up. That was part of it. Loyalty, sons. Loyalty, daughters. Loyalty. Who else? Fuck the rest. That's not true. Yeah, it is. So what? Enough trying to be funny. Where were you? Where was I? Shit, I got lost. I must have got lost. Oh, copyright. Somewhere down the line. Oh, yeah. I didn't do that shit where just disappear with all that time off and still get a check and kind of say goodbye. Still made it went to work almost every day. Almost every day. And there's still people alive to vouch for that. Just, because I ain't no goddamn liar. What's the point? And then, the other thing that made me think about that was today, I don't know if when I was in radio, I kind of worked with Alex Jones when I worked for, when I was one of the producer board ops for Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie and Art Bell on the weekends. And who's that other fucking guy? Ian Punnett. Worked with him too. We didn't end well. What a fucking shock. George and I did. Art and I did. They were the more important ones. George actually, before I got fired on purpose. I wouldn't sign a piece of paper that they wanted me to sign. I said, so took them a month to replace me because they had hired 2 fucking people to replace me. But in that meantime, Zeitgeist Addendum was coming out. The second Zeitgeist movie, Peter Joseph, and I kept telling George, who we have Alex Jones on once a week at least, and talk about UFOs, all this fucking shit. It's known as the Conspiracy Theory Show, Coast to Coast. And I go to George, we gotta have fucking Peter Joseph on from Zeitgeist. This new movie's coming out. You know how Zeitgeist fucking blew up when he put that up. Gotta have him on. Well, go ahead, email the folks that do that book the stuff. So I did, and they were like, Wayne, we're not a conspiracy theory show. Like, is this a fucking joke? What the hell are you talking about? I'm one of the people that calls Alex Jones up for us. What? This is Coast to Coast AM. Anyway, George, I showed George, like, I don't know, what's this? What is this shit, motherfucker? And he went, I'll take care of it. And then he actually wanted me to, I was going to do the interview with him, with Peter. But I got the, which was just fine. So I ain't signing that shit. That's for babies. But because of Alex Jones, brought it up because of Alex Jones thing. I don't know if you've seen this stuff where I'm not a Jones follower. give him shit all the time on Twitter. I try to. I'm buried. Nobody sees it because I also don't pay to be on there. I keep calling him every time he says something good about Trump. I'm like, dude, you should be the one fucking. You should be the first one pointing out this whole thing is all that fucking political shit is the WWE in suits instead of fucking tights. Stop playing Bobby the Brain Heenan in fucking like a manager for Trump. It's controlled opposition. Just, oh my God, I'm getting it. I'm not. This is not a political podcast. It's just about Alex. But still Alex. It's sometimes he is right, but I'm not one that I'm not an Alexite. A lot of times I tell him, shut the fuck up, dude. Stop it. Because sometimes he sounds really fake. And I don't blame people for calling him a fake. But he has helped awaken a lot of people. But I don't know if you saw this fucking stuff where the Fed said they were going to come and shut InfoWars down. They were going to come in there and lock the doors and all this shit. Just shut him fucking down. I don't know. Part of the show, most likely. But that's the thing though. Back to Coast to Coast AM. A couple of times where I was the one in the room where to call him and doing the phones. I'd get him on like, you ready? Hey, Alex Wayne, Coast to Coast, blah blah blah, and he just almost like he was already on the air in my ear. Blah, blah, blah. Alex, we're not on the air yet. Hold on, I got other shit I got to do. I got to put you on hold. So he always seemed real. I mean, like me. What? Where are we going now? I have no idea. But anyway, he was talking. At one point, I was listening to. I don't normally listen to him, but he did a Twitter Spaces to talk more about that stuff, and he had some of his employees on talking about what was going down. People that had been with him for 20 years, 22 years or so. And he was talking about this dude that apparently had to come in at some point. I don't know if it has to do with that, getting sued over the SH thing, that craziness. But this guy that came in and is just screwing everything up almost like it's on purpose, and very similar, just kind of like the interview, that Star Wars interview, and kind of like radio, kind of like all this fucking garbage. And it reminded me of Ron Ron when they sold, because Ron Ron actually owned their own network. They weren't they weren't employees like of, what was it? What was back then? What was back? J-Core? Was that one of them? It was J-Core, and there was a few big companies, and there was Premiere. All these people like Jim Rome was on Premiere, Coast to Coast AM was on Premiere. But Ron back in the day, in the late 80s, I guess, early 90s, and they were their own network, but then they sold to Paxson, who then sold to Clear Channel. When they sold to Paxson, it was sad. That's what it sounded like. They had Paxson brought this fucking dude in. I'm just going to call him TK, one of the biggest douchebags on the fucking planet. That guy actually sat there and seriously said to us that there were only, what did he say, 5 or 10 people on the planet that played the guitar better than him. And we're all like, yeah, that's funny. He's fucking serious. He was serious. Douchebag. Neil Rogers used to make fun of his hat and say, well, when he takes his hat off, you can see it moving by itself. Because he was a demon. But Alex talking to his employees about this one dude who come in and fucked shit up like it's on purpose. It sounded like this guy came in and just like constantly was cutting the fucking balls off the Ron show, but not putting anything back. And that's what Bennington used to bitch about. All of them, everybody used to bitch about. It's like they keep telling us we can't do this anymore, but then they don't give us, hey, why don't you do this instead? They don't even give us that, even though we'd probably piss on it because it would most likely be shit anyway. But just kept cutting the balls off the show until finally they realized, whoops, it's going to be gone once they sold the Clear Channel. Clear Channel killed it. And that's why you got Ron and Fez and then Bennington later on. I I helped Fez make the demo for the Ron and Fez show, and then they got the gig in Daytona on the Crow. And that's where the Ron and Fez show began. But that TK guy just coming in constantly, he would say that kind of shit. Bennington had a little code for me to where like I'm facing in, but as I'm facing through a window at the board and the phones, then the network board, and then which was kind of like at Premiere where it's all here, but then you have all the affiliates have their own boards wherever in all the states and everything. The Ron show had at one point the highest, I think, 16 affiliates, but when I was with the show, it was down to 13. So I was on so half the show. I was at the network board. It was a couple of us that took turns, but it was mostly me and answering the phones right there at the network board. And but when I was there, I was looking through in my own little closet, basically, and then I'd be looking through glass, and Bennington and Hayes would be facing this way, and Fezzi would be on the board in there playing shit. And so they'd be facing each other. So that's how I'd be seeing them. They were really facing each other inside the other room like that, and I'd be seeing them in the glass, and they'd look this way towards me, or whatever. Anyway, whenever TK came in during the show was on from 6 to 10 a.m., he'd usually stroll in somewhere around a little bit after 9 or before 9, and I didn't want him in the studio. So if he did show up, we'd know he'd there, and I could see him, through the glass. If he was in there, I'd get this little thing from Benny, like this. He'd look in and do this to me, and I'd fucking call that guy's fucking cell phone. And as soon as it started ringing, he'd leave the fucking room. But I'd star 67 beforehand. He'd leave the room, and then Benny'd go through the glass. He'd kiss me through the glass. Sort of, kind of, maybe. But that dude, that's all I could see. When I was listening to that Spaces on Twitter of Alex, all I could think of was that fucking piece of shit. That guy. What a putrid person. There's only a few people in the world that play guitar better than me. And you doing what you do for Paxson Communications. Why aren't you out there? Why isn't Eric Clapton opening for you, you fucking turd? You walking, talking rectum. Oh, I want. He'd leave the room or whatever, and then they'd leave it to me. Bennington and Fezzi they loved it when I got angry, and they'd leave it to me to do the real venting when that guy left the room. Like after a post-show meeting or whatever, he'd leave the room, and because you can't hear through the things, it's radio and those thick doors, and I just go, that fucking. They just let me do it all, and they'd have their chuckles, and then it got to a point where one of my first, as a producer, one of my first things was I had to go out with somebody and after the show, be with them all day and all night, and come straight to the show, and there were reasons why, blah, blah, blah. So let's just say that when I got to the show that next morning, I was fucked up. I don't even remember the first hour of the show. There's a little blur was where Fezzi got mad because he kept having to dump me because I was so fucked up. I forgot we were on the radio, and I was just fucking. I was ripped, and I was crashing by the end of the fucking show, of course. And this is the stuff that I do remember. So we were outside at a post-show meeting, and at this table outside the building, and he's standing. TK Scummy is standing on one end of the table, and I'm on the other end, standing there just crashing. But I just couldn't. I didn't want to sit. I'm just crashing, just listening like this, and everybody else is on each side, and blah blah blah. And he's going through his bullshit or whatever, and then he makes some cheese stick joke about me, being fucked up that day because that was I was doing my job. It wasn't like I just showed up fucked up. I did what I was told to do, and and he made some stupid joke about me being fucked up. And I'm at the end of the table, and he did that. Everybody turns their heads towards me, and I was like, this is exactly what I did to him. And everybody, anyway, I got a little talking to. But it wasn't until Monday that I got the talking to. A little fucking sneak attack prick. Wait, it was nice though, I guess. He let me sober up. It took a few days. Oh man, it was so great.
Walter can take a 10-pin lead with a strike in the 7th.
I gotta edit that clip. I gotta get it right. I gotta get it closer to where I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna do a little trim. I'm gonna give it some trim.
Walter can take a 10-pin
start playing
lead
right there, a little before that.
With a strike in the 7th.
Fucking love feet. What do you say, Brian? What do you say?
Fuck yeah.
Found another fuck on the PBA watching some old shows. Was it Sean Rash? I think it was Sean Rash. I sent it to Susie. She didn't clip it for me. I didn't tell her to. I didn't ask her to. I just I couldn't tell if it really was, so I sent it to her and gave her the time code. Is that what you hear? Hey, go ahead and clip that if you're watching. I love finding fucks on TV, on old TV shows. Oh, it was the best. I can't believe it. Like 2017 too. I think that show was. Like they didn't have a delay on in 2017. How the fuck did that? What? How do they not have a delay on? I know it's live, but still, you still can have a delay. It's so great. Glad they didn't. There's still even a Mike Devaney one. Oh, I don't have the Mike Devaney one up. Damn son, bitch, fuck. Because this Brian one. What? Shit. That's not what I meant.
Fuck yeah.
What year was that? What year? I think that's like 02. I believe, Steve. Anyway, let's go back to Ichabod. Swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. Little shit's got a name now. Oh, that sounded like I was farting. It's not. I swear to God, it's the chair. Ichabod. God damn. Hey, Ma, can you come up with a really silly name for me? Thank you. Didn't even ask. She does have a sense of humor. I wonder if she's watching in the other room. I hope not. Do you? Yeah, me too. Where are we going now? Oh, man. Am I done with that fucking Tommy Kramer? I swear to God, real story. I'm like, that's funny, Tommy. Bennington told me he loved me for that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I remember that. Can't forget that. You can't forget when one of the funniest people ever to walk the planet fucking tells you they love you. God, felt good. I remember my asshole hair tingling. I swear, I remember that part. How do you forget that? How do you forget that? I don't know. I was trying to think of an answer. Did I get it all? Did I tell you that douchebag said Anakin Skywalker blew up the fucking... Oh, here's a fun fact. Fun fact Saturday. Oh no, Wayne Angels podcast. This is just for Susie. I was... some shit popped up on my YouTube recommends, and it was what somebody put together the in order the 28 500th home runs in the NFL, and Babe Ruth was uno. 1929. Guess what, Susie? He did it on our birthday. Hit number 500 on our birthday, that we also share with Hulk Hogan and Rogan Joe Isn't that nice? Yeah, that's great. Okay, there you go. Fun Fact Saturday. I need an open and a close for that. Instead, we'll just, we'll go with this. Swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. Little shit's got a name now. Ichabod. Ichabod the mess maker. You little... There's a fox. I've seen a fox out back. That fox gonna get that motherfucker, I guarantee it. Ain't gonna see him around no more. I'll know it when I wake up, when I look out and see that there's no shit on my step. And say, oh, fox. Fox on the run. Who's that? Who was that? It was, Sweet. Sweet. There's a story. Yo, man. If you've never looked up, gone down the sweet rabbit hole, the sweet, that's another thing because I said hole, always reminds me of something. That I did a podcast years ago. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was back when it was audio only. There was where I think it was End Game. Watching, because there's about like, all the ass references in Endgame. America's ass, that part, and there's a whole bunch of shit I went through. That's America's ass. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I've pointed out, and I've pointed out to other people. I'm done pointing up the asshole. I'm done. My finger's sore. I'm tired of washing it. And I just don't like to wear gloves. I don't like the hand sweat. It's gross. Anyway, in Ragnarok, how the fuck did they get away from where Jeff Goldblum runs the place and is this such a... He's fucking great in it and he's funny, but it's like, is he playing a queen? What the hell is he doing? But how do they leave? How do they leave Sakaar? They go through the devil's anus. And when they point it, when Thor goes, that's how we're going out right there. And that's when she calls it when Valkyrie calls it the devil's anus. And you look at it like, yeah, it kind of looks like somebody's pushing out their, what is it? Their rectum. What is it? Rosebud. That's what I think Rosebud really meant. It didn't mean a fucking little... That William fucking Randolph Hearst Rosebud meant he was into filthy stuff, he was into Rosebud meant his asshole. I think that's what it was, but they made it in that movie. What is it what's that movie? Citizen Kane. It just turned it into a little stupid toy. Bullshit. They Hollywooded it up. Bullshit. It was dirtier. That guy's fucking... Not that makes you a scumbag being into that, whatever. But, man, William Randolph Hearst, what an asshole. Because he helped get rid of cannabis. He helped destroy hemp farms and stuff. Piece of shit. Yellow journalism. Scumbag. Work for the elite. Helping them fucking own everything now and turn it into the piss pot that I've been describing the whole time. When it comes, with the Alex Jones and Ron and Clear Channel and why I don't do that anymore. One of the reasons why when I wouldn't sign that fucking premiere, I went, I ain't signing that. This is for babies. You understand? This is for fucking babies. This is bullshit. It's bullshit. And it was. Anyway, what was I looking for? Oh, my book. My book. What am I in? 44. Jesus. Now we'll save the book. This is the part where I'm a little worried because I haven't done this. Because normally, Susie she's the one that pulls it out. If I could say that, she's the one that when we use the internets. She's the one that she pulls it up from her end. Man, no matter how I say it, it sounds filthy. And then there's a little screen that'll come down, a little button I can hit down here. I can see it, and then I pull it up, kind of like I've got, this right here. Swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. That little shit's got a name now. Kind of like that. So now I gotta go look at, gotta watch to see, make sure that it works, because I got nobody making shows. So how do I do this? We're gonna go. I'm gonna read the summarized tech thing from 137, but instead of, because it's long, so I didn't want to do on my end. See, on Susie's end, man, it's just like for the MCU. It's all about the ass. Seriously, pay attention to Endgame. If you watch Endgame again, all the ass references, and right at the beginning, basically there's a shot. I mean, after Captain America's shaving, the way he's standing at the mirror, the way he's standing, he's like his ass is a bit pronounced, and then eating, the whole thing when he's at the meeting. See, now I'm telling you, Anthony Russo, one of the directors, he plays a character. They're in a little, like an AA meeting for all the people that got blipped, the people that you've lost, blah blah blah. That you miss. He's telling a story, and when they ate salad, he's talking about the last date they had. We ate salad, tossing the salad. It's all. I mean, I know that's reaching, but it's fucking there. I know it. I know it's there. It's part of the whole end game. Anyway, what I was saying was, Susie can pull up on her end, and I can pull it. She sticks it up to me, and then I can stick it up a little further on the screen, like Ichabod, actual JPEGs and shit. On my end, I gotta go dry. I can't use any lube. I gotta turn the motherfucker into a PDF. I can't even pull up JPEGs or whatever else. It's gotta be a PDF. So then if I'm gonna do a whole, because this is long. The end game is long, obviously. Then I'd have to have do so much, because you'll see what I'm saying. So, for the first time, wish I had some music for this. The first time I'm gonna share my screen, and I don't know how it's gonna do. So I gotta pay attention to myself down here. This is weird. This is fucking weird. I see myself down here. I see myself right here, and then I see myself right here. This is some. Man, next time I do this, I gotta do mushrooms. Right? Nah, that'd be crazy. You don't want no cameras around with no mushrooms. Anyway, here we go. Let's see how ridiculous this shit is. I only pulled it up right here. I can't stop with the euphemisms. This is a brain with sports. For fun. Thanks, Faz. Rippage. Let's do this. So I haven't read it yet. 137 AI summary, bullshit summary. So now what do? I go here, share screen, select StreamYard. All right, allow. Okay, here. Let's see, what does it look like down here? We went right. Is it working? Do I have it right? Or is the whole screen up there? Or is it? I can't tell, because it changes when I flip. All right, hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now, see, okay. It is there. Yay! All right, summary. Waiting Interest Podcast 137, Breaking Bowels. What a great name. What a great name. That's one of the fun things that we do post-show. Susie and I figure out the toidle. All right, here we are. Now see how crazy this shit is. All right. It looks all right. Right on. In the Waiting Interest Podcast, yeah, the Pickcast, 137, blah, blah, blah. The hosts share personal experiences with constipation. And I can do it like this. Let me go, not like that. Let me do this. Oh, wait, go back here for a second. Oh, get rid of that. Maybe that'll, yeah, because that might be slowing you down. All right, let's go here. Back to the studio, and then do this. Right? Does that work? Does that look better? I'm trying to fix folks. See what I'm saying? So I don't know. I can't tell because when I'm on the screen looking at this shit, hell. Yeah, that's better. Right? Yeah, there it is. That's what I want. That's what I want. Personal experiences with constipation and the importance of water and fiber consumption. They discuss various bowel issues, including a speaker's experience with an expired magnesium citrate solution and another's long-lasting discomfort. No, it was both me. Humorous moments include references to body parts and memories of movies and TV shows. The body part must have been with going through my dad's anatomy names. Does that look all right? Let me see. Hold on. Please hold. Please hold. Hold, please. Stop talking. Shut up. I'm trying to see full screen so I can tell. Because I can't. You son of a slut. You slut son of a. What are you doing, dude? I can't see that way. Home slice? Why are you messing my shit up? Sorry. You can blame Susie for this shit. Yeah, I guess that looks all right. All right. Let's move on. Sorry. All right. The hosts also reminisce about short-lived TV shows from the 80s and actress Katie Seagal's roles. Oh, and that whole stuff about her maybe being a man. I didn't say it. It's just shit that we saw on the Twitters. Short-lived TV shows. I remember one of those I was talking about. It's Your Move with Jason Bateman. It was before the Hogan family, and I think they had to pull it because he was influencing too many folks, too many kids like me. But he was cool. He was charming and stuff. It wasn't that bad. That's what I just read that. I don't know if it's true. Probably is. It's Hollywood. In this section of the Waning Interest podcast, the hosts discussed their personal experience with constipation and the impact of not consuming enough water and fiber. The speaker mentions that he had been neglecting to buy water. I wasn't neglecting. I said I did. I noticed that my water wasn't. My water bottles weren't disappearing as fast as they normally were. And then I said that I was in too much pain to go to the store to go get more water, something like that. I wasn't neglecting. That was fucking. You put words in my motherfucking mouth. That's bullshit. Rude. You're going to do that a lot. And had been taking iron pills less frequently. True. Leading to improved blood results. See, they fucked that shit up. That's not how it went. No, I had said that. No, the iron helped my blood before, but I was afraid to take them because of the constipation, so it wouldn't make it worse. But right here, the way they word it, like it Jesus. However, he had also been experiencing constipation, which he found unpleasant and frustrating. Oh, really? Thanks, Captain. Oh, nah, it's Colonel. The conversation shifts to a humorous discussion about Jesus being a mushroom and other unrelated topics. I'm glad they said it was humorous. Shifts to a humorous discussion. In the 5-minute mark, the speaker. There's two fucking people, and he keeps doing this speaker shit. Recounts an incident where he mistakenly consumed an expired magnesium citrate solution. That's not right. That's not true. I didn't mistakenly consume it. I asked 2 nurses, one of them being Susie, hey, it's expired. Can I go ahead and take this? And they said, sure. And then in about 5 minutes, I went, I think I'm going to throw up. And I only took 1 swig. I didn't even drink that much of it. And I threw up, and I talked about this on one. Yeah, maybe we did go through this one before. I thought this was the one maybe I put up. I just took thing. No, I don't know. Anyway, so it wasn't mistaken. Leading to an unexpected bowel movement. That's not what it was. No, it wasn't mistaken. It was, and I threw it up. I didn't fucking shit, dudes. He had initially thought he had strained himself or was experiencing a kidney stone, but later realized it was the magnesium citrate that caused the incident. The speaker mentions having consulted 2 nurses. Yeah. Before contacting his doctor and expresses concern when he did not experience the expected severe reaction from the solution, which he had consumed in the presence of 2 friends. There was nobody there. There was nobody here. Said I was texting them. Wow. The incident took longer than expected to resolve with the speaker, eventually taking stool softeners to alleviate the issue. Yeah. True. Things are regular now. Much better. Thank you much for asking, folks. In this section of the Waiting Edge podcast, stop doing that. We don't need to read that part. Man, still doing the bowels. Describes feeling he had to wait for the right moment to go to the bathroom. And she had tried various methods to alleviate the discomfort, including eating apples and prune juice. I never said anything. I never said I was drinking prune juice, and I didn't say that. It was, we talked about prune juice, would help, but I said I forgot to grab it when I went to the store. But was hesitant to add anything to his system. It might make the situation worse. The worst part of the experience was the pain he felt in his left side every night, which prevented him from sitting for long periods. He also shared some humorous moments, such as his confusion over names for body parts. Confusion. And the number of pillows he needed to sleep comfortably. Overall, the speaker describes the experience as a challenging and uncomfortable one, but with each passing day, the symptoms became less severe. I don't know. I don't want to read no more of this. At the end of the hour, the speaker discusses his most memorable smoking experiences. What time is it, by the way? A fucking hour. He recalls the best bowl of weed he ever had was after getting out of an Australian jail and finding a stash in his van. What? That's not what happened. That's not what I said. Oh my God, this is so silly. I said my friend Dick. Dick? I said I found my friend Dick's van at the beach. And he packed a bowl after going, dude, heard you got pinched. And that was, yeah, and then I fixed that the next podcast. I remembered now the best bowl was after I got out of the psych ward. Anyway, but that was years later. So I didn't find the stash. He also mentions another memorable experience was after being released. Because this must have been when I fixed it, and I'd said the other one. When he feared his weed had been taken, but was relieved to find it still in his kitchen. The speaker then goes off topic, no shit, and talks about a drink he's consuming that's not tea or coffee, but doesn't reveal what it is. What the hell was it? Must have been wine. Oh, let's go back another 5 minutes. This sounds funny. The hosts are reminiscing when they were young and watched TV classic show I Love Lucy. They recall a story about Lucille Ball's early life before she met Desi, which is detailed in a new book. The book alleges that Ball had a scandalous past, working as a nude model and a New York hooker, and got her big break in Hollywood through an unusual means. We were discussing that. Somebody else was discussing it. The hosts discuss how Ball's friend Vivian Vance, who played Ethel on the show, was actually older than Ball, and the actor who portrayed Ethel's husband was much younger than expected. However, the conversation is frequently interrupted by technical difficulties and the hosts' distractions. They got that right. I don't remember what those were, though. Oh, man. Leslie Neal. Listen, look at this shit. Anyway, all right, I've had enough. Have you had enough? I've had enough. Stop sharing, you prick. All right, anyway. Sports Center sucks too. Sports Center is almost as bad as everything on fucking Disney. Almost everything Hollywood makes. And everybody's telling them. Everybody's saying, "See, man, you guys suck. You guys suck." Oh man, I could have ended it there. Damn. I didn't see the clock. Hey, did I tell you Babe Ruth hit his 500th home run in 1929 on August whenever? Joe Rogan's birthday. Who's that? I don't know. What else? I'm out of shit, dude. Hell, man, you was out of shit a long time ago, boy. Oh, my dad's talking to me. Oh, that's right, Stanhope book. Oh, did you see Stanhope fucking... I think I mentioned it before, Stanhope. Airbnb... No, he couch surfed to Kansas City from Bisbee. Maybe not straight from Bisbee. I don't know if it was the whole thing, but... Yeah, to go do this thing with another comic. And he was posting shit, and there's this new one with him and Andy Andrus in bed together. And they've got towels, look like the way Andy pops over his shoulder in bed. Stanhope's laying there on his, laying in bed when he's filming himself. Oh, fucking guy is hilarious. I think so, anyway. And if you haven't, if you don't know about his book, This Is Not Fame. Here's a little bit from, I don't know which number chapter, it's just the chapter entitled $1 Million Ideas. Daniel Tosh had wait, what year was this? What year was this? Is this book? It's only like 5 years old, I think. It's so sticky. Where are we at? 2017, like I said. Daniel Tosh had $1 million idea with Tosh.0. How can I do this correctly? There we go. And he ran with it. That's because he's gay and detests women. Power gay. He rapes priests and murders any woman who was witness. Lawyers will have no problem with this, as Tosh will happily admit it. It made him a millionaire. Women ruin Wayne ruins $1 million sentences. Women ruin $1 million ideas just on vanity. I know, I was a victim. The Tosh thing obviously was a joke. Becker and I once had $1 million idea, and our lady friend Luker ruined it, or she saved our careers. You be the judge. We were all out at dinner with the Alaska folk, and the subject of bum fights came up, a video series that was then all the uproar and anger in that new age of internet fame. It featured some Girls Gone Wild style abusers coercing homeless people into all sorts of fucked up things, from violence to self-harm in return for cash or booze, with the producer shitheads filming it and mocking them openly. After deciding to track the host down and kill them, we are an idea men, but rarely closers. The conversation turned to how much money they had made from selling those videos. As the wine poured, we started pitching a friendlier version of the same kind of video. Pranks without the exploitation, without the evil. The ideas got better with every glass, as ideas tend to do. And then the $1 million idea came up. Turns out that Coots owner Doran, should I not say names, had a dog that was scheduled to have his leg amputated. I assume because his leg was fucked up. I'm sure that it wasn't cosmetic surgery. One drink leads to another, and the plan was in play. We would pretend to be a documentary crew and ask to film the amputation for a television documentary. Then we would cut to a shot of Becker in a chef's hat on the set of a cooking show, breading the amputated leg in a pan. Becker would give cooking directions, tell you how to spice it appropriately and how long to bake it. Then we'd cut to Becker removing the dish fresh from the oven, garnished and presented like a Zagat guide meal. Then Becker would feed it to the three-legged dog. Masterpiece. glad that this is a short chapter. Yeah, fuck. I wanted to be smoking because it's a Stanhope thing. But the motherfucker burned out. I'm just trying to stay off camera with him. For some folks, don't smoke weed. Okay, not on camera. You know for a fact that a dog would eat its own leg. We were so sure that this could be the centerpiece to a newsworthy, controversial internet video that we were, in that drunken moment, committed. We thought it through and debated the morality of it. The dog was losing his leg regardless. A dog eats anything and wouldn't care if it was eating its own balls after being neutered or chewing on your used tampon that he pulled from the trash. True. A dog eating its own leg would appear cruel and unimaginably distasteful while actually victimless and fucking funny. A win-win. We could figure out the rest of the content later. The problem was that Doran couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut, and he told Luker. She went appropriately batshit and said that there was absolutely no way she would allow that to happen. Doran, should I not say names, having cost us $1 million with his big mouth, picked up the dinner tab and we went home. I went back to L.A., but Becker didn't give up. He sidestepped Luker and actually tried to accompany Doran to the amputation with a video camera. The vet told Becker that there was no way he would be allowed to film the surgery. Our $1 million idea died again at the veterinarian's doorstep. I will still battle the morality of the fact that Take two. I will still battle the morality of the fact that our idea would in no way have hurt the animal. Those cunts that made bum fights probably thought they could justify their torment as well. Our argument would have won easily over theirs should it have gone to an Ivy League college debate. But the general public may not have seen either side as anything less than memorably deplorable. I looked up the bum fights fucks online while I was writing this and went back to plotting their murders for fun. It passes the time. Anyway, last paragraph. Luker might have been wrong logically, but she was right in the long run. We could have been famous for dog eats own leg video. Bum fights famous. Way worse than karaoke famous. Or never even being noticed at all. There you go, like I said, Doug Stanhope. This is not fame. Great book. Should I read another? Might as well. Jesus, you got fucking 50 minutes left. Jump around. Oh, did I tell you that I used a bookmark and fucked myself at almost $14 from a residual check? Because I forgot that I used it as a fucking bookmark and then it expired. Isn't that funny? Ooh, might as well read Killer Termites, right? Let's go with, let's see, Killer Termites or Florida Sex Offenders Part 1. You know what? Let's do Part 1 because then we can do Part 2. Doug doesn't mind. It's a promo. It's a fucking commercial. If he does mind, then I'll take it down. No, I won't. He'll never know. Florida Sex Offenders Part 1. Doug Stanhope. This is not fame. People who say that I am trying to be like Bill Hicks have never heard Matt Becker or Andy Andrist. I already mentioned Andy. I was one of the OG fans of Issues with Andy, their podcast. Chad Shank, hilarious. I've been trying to be both of them for too long to remember. I want Becker's speed and content with Andrist's style of wordsmithing. And if I lived either of their lives, I'd want a good lawyer. Having done that private party at the lawyer whatever's house years before, same last name as somebody I used to work with at WIOD. I won't say the other part. No matter how much of a shit apple I ate was a small retainer to pay for the constant late night haunting for legal advice we'd be pestering him with in the years to come or follow. My buddy just got a DUI for weed. What should I do? What should he do? I think I found that lady I married drunk in the 80s. You know, a private investigator in Florida? My friend Danny's wife is suing me for calling her a lying cunt. What are my options? Suing me for... Oh, you know what that's a reference to? My friend Danny's wife is suing me for calling her a lying cunt. What are my options? That's a reference to something with some deppage. That's a Depp Heard reference. When it came to needing legal help from Jay, nobody screamed pro bono as loud as comedian Andy Andrist. Andy is a touched individual who seems to be unable to stop himself fucking up. He is also one of the funniest people alive because of it. If even part of the reason that his insanity was due to being molested as a teenager, I call it collateral damage. If that old man fumbling around with his junk made him that hilarious on a daily basis, I say, look at the big picture. And people think I'm always negative. That's a line. I didn't make that. Andy and I have been best friends for years. When we'd tour together, sometimes people would say that he's trying to be like me when all the time I'm trying to be like him. Like Becker, Andy is legitimately one of the funniest human beings alive, where I am simply better at making funny into a sellable product. I hope they hate me for that as much as I hate them for being naturally far more funny. For the many years I've gone on the road with Andy, one name always fell into his jokes. Bo Y. Fondler. Bo Y. Fondler, a name that you can assume has been changed by the lawyers of this publishing company who are gun-shy to a fault regarding liability issues. This bothers me because let's say I randomly change Bo Y. Fondler to blank blank for legal purposes. Now anyone named blank is under scrutiny. Couldn't any blank sue me now? I could just use John Doe, but knowing how many names I had to change in my last book, you'd wonder how this John Doe guy could have been in so many places at the same time. Slow down, would you? What do you got? Damn it. What is this? I'll refer to my publisher as HarperCollins or Random House from now on. Just pseudonyms. Fondler is the man that allegedly molested Andy as a young teen. I have to say allegedly because I wasn't there. Yet I can't imagine such detailed memory of being coerced into sexual situations in trade for, amongst other things, some sweatsuits that Andy favored as a kid. I won't mention the specific brand without an endorsement deal. I know that the man is a real person, and if Andy can come up with bits that funny over imaginary transgressions, he should apply it to the rest of his act. The worst thing, Doug Stanhope, this is not fame. The worst thing is that my molester had hand braces. This is Andy talking. I realized later on that I could have just walked away. I didn't even have to run. I don't know if I was queer or just liked helping people. Whew. It's funny because it's disturbing and disturbing because it's true. Allegedly. One day, Andy called me to say that he'd actually found Bo Y. Fondler on the internet. Fortunately, now living in the same state as our Florida lawyer. And Andy was formulating a plan to avenge Bo's transgressions. Each call afterwards was filled with impossible Ocean's 11 details, none of which could possibly work out, but were hilarious in their retarded intricacy nonetheless. All I know is that the plans and the final phone call included Andy swimming across the pond of a golf course to gain access to Bo's gated community with a waterproof backpack to keep his disguise of a cable guy dry for whatever came next. I laughed until he mentioned the fact that he'd already bought plane tickets for him and a friend, and he talked into filming the whole thing. When I pictured Andy swimming across alligator-laden waters on a Florida golfing hamlet, accompanied only by some clown trying to tread water with one hand while trying to film, I knew I had to cancel some plans. Andy and his camera lummox. Hold on a second. I gotta. This goddamn paper's falling out of this goddamn book. Is it gonna be cocaine next? That's a joke. I haven't done that in a long time. Ooh. Never actually. Hardly ever had my own. Seriously. I know goddamn. Isn't this fun? Yes. Using other people's material that don't mind, because that's how cool Doug is. And hey, it's a goddamn commercial for it. I totally recommend buying the goddamn thing. I ain't doing no commercial. I ain't getting paid for this. This is all Random House fun. Oh shit, you packed a bowl, but you didn't smoke it, douche. Excuse me 1 second. Excuse me, folks. Oh shit. What is it? Yeah, let's do that. Swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. Little shit's got a name now. Isn't that sweet? What do we got? Look at that. 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 I know you wanted to see it again. Swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. Little shit's got a name now. You're welcome. Andy and his camera lummox were already there with an arsenal of gimmicks from Boy Scout uniforms to giant, Doug Stanhope, this is not fame, to giant handmade signs saying, in all caps, "I was molested by your neighbor, ask me how." That Andy planned to spin like a barker outside the entrance of the gated community. The plans were as harebrained and scattershot as Andy's always were. I had to dial them back. Andy was clear in that all he wanted was an explanation as to why this man had done this shit to him, and if the guy even gave a fuck that it had affected Andy. If Andy could have a legitimate dialogue, all of his absurd B plans for revenge could be ditched. It's trouble when I'm the rational guy in any given situation. I know this. I know that feeling. I found a hotel just outside of this douche's enclave. Among the other things, aside from Beau's address and number that Andy had found in his internet investigation, was the fact that Beau had a daughter in college. I had a simple plan that didn't require aquatic gear or alligator repellent. We watched football at the hotel bar, lawyers in tow, and waited until the alcohol dampened our nerves. With the camera rolling, I finally made the phone call. There was no answer. We waited a bit and had more drinks. I called again, and there's still no answer. We made random guesses that maybe he's not answering because of the block number, or maybe they're at church on a Sunday, and all but gave up hope of doing this the easy way with my plan. Eventually, Jay the lawyer left, and Andy went back to the room. It was just me and the camera flunky when I made the one last futile attempt and dialed the number. Excuse, please. If I'd been drinking my cocktail when he answered, I would have done a slapstick spit take. I tried to focus and calm myself as I hysterically motioned for the video oaf to start rolling. I told Beau that my name was Tim Heidecker. For some reason, the first name to pop into my head was the co-star of Tim and Eric Awesome Show, and I told Beau that I was a private investigator who had some sensitive information about his daughter in whatever university she was attending. A simple plan. No matter how rotten a person might be, their children are almost always their Achilles heel. Achilles? Even if they are fucking children. I was right. He asked what it was about, and I told him that his daughter was not in any danger, but that, as a parent myself, I'd prefer to give him the information in person. I said that I was at the hotel just outside his gates. I'd meet him in the lobby. By this time, Doug Stanhope, this is not a fame story. By this time, we'd already told the bartender our whole scheme. Scheme? and he was as anxious for a payoff as we were. So as I hung up the phone, shoving the film boy towards the door, yelling to the bartender that we'd settle up later, he didn't have a qualm. A story was brewing. We'd sprinted to the room. Weed? There's no weed. There's no... I said weed. We sprinted to the room. Oh, God damn. I'm trying to get comfortable. Doug Stanhope, This Is Not Fame, chapter whatever. Page 213 is where I am. What was I? We sprinted to the room, filled Andy in that it was a go. Oh, man, that's a hard one. And the sentence, too. We sprinted to the room, filled Andy in that it is... Ooh, I found a typo. That's why it's hard to read. We sprinted to the room, comma, filled Andy in that it was a go. That's not... Yeah, that's the problem. Wasn't me, see? Miced ourselves up and made for the lobby. Through the front door of the hotel was the lobby, and if you kept going directly through, there was another door going to a patio and a pool. We set Andy up at a center table and had our video gopher back in a corner table with his camera hidden in some clutter we'd created. We jabbered plans about what we'd do when he showed like we were coked up. We jabbered plans about what we'd do when he showed like we were coked up on nerves alone. We waited a long time. Turned out that Bo Y. Fondler's paranoia, he'd called the police for an escort to this suspicious meeting with a private investigator. I saw who I assumed was Bo Y. Fondler walking in, followed by his assumedly mail-order wife and the cop. The cop blew my already panicked nerves into overdrive, but the alcohol didn't let it show on my face. Oh, Doug. I met him in the lobby and said with the smile of a cruise ship director, "Mr. Bo Y. Fondler, come with me." Was that a Captain Stubing that I did? No. It was all very Chris Hansen to Catch a Predator style. The cop asked which of us was the private investigator. Not knowing if it was illegal to falsely represent yourself as such, I told him that I never said I was a private investigator, only that I was investigating the matter privately. He seemed to buy it. I led the triumvirate out the back door to Andy, sitting calmly on the patio. "Have a seat, Mr. Bo Y. Fondler. You remember Andy Andrist?" Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sorry. Andy unleashed a jumbled load of pent-up memories and a caterwaul of accusations. "Do you remember the Adidas tracksuit? Do you still..." Oh, he wasn't supposed to say Adidas. "Do you still have the videotapes?" Then some references to Penn State coach Jerry Sandusky, who'd just been busted for fucking kids. It came out in such a torrent that I was as confused as the wife and the cop, who'd been in a prick intimidating cop mode. Sorry, page turn. Oh my God, there's more. I thought this was going to end on the next page. Since he'd arrived. They had no idea. Good time killer. They had no idea what to make of any of this. Like an interpreter for the insane, I told them plainly that Bo Y. Fondler had molested Andy as a kid. I was dressed in a pale blue 70s leisure suit, and Andy was still blathering incoherently, so none of this looked legitimate. Andy pressed him harder, and Boy Y. Fondler said he wouldn't comment as he had no lawyer present. I caught a moment to create a pause, and then Andy asked him, "Are you at least sorry for what you did to me?" And then his feeble wreck of a man, burning. Doug Stanhope, This Is Not Fame. And then this feeble wreck of a man rocked backwards in this moment that he knew would eventually catch up with him, said without thinking, yes, of course I'm sorry. The moment brought a silence over all of us. To anyone there, it was like he just fucking admitted it. It was the ultimate, you can't handle the truth moment. The wife lost her breath and the cop jumped sides onto ours. Andy reminded Bo of the time he promised to buy him a car if he graduated high school in an attempt to keep Andy's mouth shut. As Bo backtracked and denied it, Andy slid his high school diploma across the table. "I want my car." Oh, wait a minute. Oh, man, I wish I'd have had that ready.
Fuck yeah.
At this point, Bo Y. Fondler asked the cop if he was required to be there and if he could leave. The cop reluctantly told him that he was free to go. He quick limped off with his cane, the hidden camera blockhead hot on his heels. The perp hid his face as our cameraman barraged him with ambushed journalism questions. Bo answered none. He jumped into his car and left, without his wife. There is footage showing the cop consoling her in the parking lot, her knees buckling. Oh. We all went back to the hotel bar and celebrated. We ordered champagne, which the bartender put on the house tab after hearing the outcome. I even made a drunken phone call to console the wife, who had, by that time, already been brainwashed into believing that it was all a ruse to scam money from them. Sometimes you believe what you want to believe. Other times you believe what you have to believe. And this was what would follow us. Bo Y. Fondler filed some kind of injunction or cease and desist to prevent us from talking about the event or showing the footage. He'd used Andy's demand for a car as proof he was being blackmailed. Not that Andy wouldn't have taken the car, but he honestly just wanted to know why this guy did what he did and how he lived with himself afterwards. Andy wanted to know if this guy cared that it had ruined Andy's psyche ever since. Psych? Oh, sorry. I wanted to know how it made Andy so goddamn funny. I wanted to know how it made Andy so goddamn funny. The best comedy comes when it's in the most horrible circumstances and the right people need to laugh. Jay the lawyer loves doing law in the same way, when it's for the right reasons. He's generally defending shitbrows who are guilty and don't deserve reasonable representation. He doesn't get these kinds of cases often where he can feel as though he is finally providing an actual benefit to society, and that's the reason he defended us, not just as a courtesy, but as a pleasure. I've asked Jay to explain exactly what happened in court in the aftermath. He tells me in detail, and then my eyes grow numb and glassy in the barrage of his legalese, the same as they had in the courtroom. I know 3 things. 1, Andy and I had to fly back to go to court wearing some thrift store suits that made us look poor but reverent. Reverent? No polyester disco suits. 2, after a lot of court speak, a judge told us he needed to sleep on it. I think he was sleeping in the moment, but in a short time the injunction was shit-canned. Something about prior restraint and the First Amendment. Lastly, and it took more fighting from the lawyer, Boy Y. Fondler was forced to pay for Jay the lawyer's legal expenses. I'd hoped that somehow this would bring some closure for Andy, that in this so-called victory he would be able to let it all go, and in the wake he would become less funny than I am. But the trauma can't be taken away with a simple court ruling, and Andy remains one of the funniest people alive. Doug Stanhope, This Is Not Fame. 2 chapters. There you go, Doug. Somebody maybe cut that for Doug. Show it to him. You can use it. I don't know. Oh, I've got more reading material because I've got 30 minutes. Leaf. The Harvest issue. Oh, shit. You know what I meant to do after I was done, of course? Damn. Shitty timing. Oh, look at that. Pretty picture of weed. Look at that. Pretty. That's a lot of shit. My dad would be looking at this like a centerfold. Look at that. Why would you... I know, I've sold Gary Payton before. Because that was his pimp. Why would you call it Gary Payton? Why wouldn't you call it the glove? If you're going to have something with that name. Because he was the glove. Wouldn't it be better to call it the glove? People would think it was a fisting thing and not weed. What? When? Because I don't know. LeafMagazine.com. Not a commercial, just shit that I grab when I go to the weed store. It's free ads, basically. Why? I don't see anything about the Lords playing anywhere right now. That's what we need to do. That's Steve's idea. Drummer Steve, the Lords, tribute to the music of the Lords, of the Doors. Wow, good strawberry candy. Nah, it's just because I'm dumb. His idea, he thinks, because of who were the, that we should do some cannabis festival, and I agree, and hopefully we will be doing the cannabis thing sometime. I hope my mouse doesn't die. I haven't plugged it in a while. There it is. More plugged in. It's all about the ass. I'm telling you. What's that from? I'm telling you. What is that from? What is that from? I'm telling you. Anyway, watch Endgame again. And just pay closer attention. And just start counting. Wait. When you get to the salad thing, why did he have to say salad? Why the fuck did he have to say salad when you got all those other references? That's America's ass. That is America's ass. That's America's ass. Ass. And it's called Endgame. Ick. It's not ick if you do it right. But I can understand some people's thinking that. But that's usually you first before you. I almost dropped my binocs. I almost dropped these, and then I would have had to go and find them so I could go find them. That would have sucked if they had fallen. Land ho! If I get back home and I feel alright, girl, I'm gonna... Wait a minute. Shit, I haven't done that one in a while. I forgot. I fucked that shit up at the end. I fucked that shit. Fucking everything up. That's what it's about, right? That's what it's about. I should have played quicker. Timing should have been better. Hey, Susie, by the way, again, now you've got more time to watch True Romance, so we can talk about True Romance. In place, I realized, we not only talk about, there's scenes we can play off of YouTube, and just, people. Imagine that. Imagine playing, and that Pulp Fiction shit that I was talking about. Which one was that? 142 and 141. Hey, let's go check Summarize. Summarize tech dot bullshit. What is this? Let's go. What does it say in the second hour? I'm on the other page. I'm not sharing right now. I'm not sharing. I'm Karen. Not really. I'm Sally. In this section of the Waning Interest podcast, the host expresses his disappointment about not being able to poop his pants on purpose during the live stream, despite his hopes and attempts. What? What? All right, yeah, here. All right, I'll share. You got to see that. Where is it? Wait. Share screen. Which one is it? Yeah. Right? Where is it? 135? Yeah. At 135. In this section of the Waning Interest podcast, the host expresses his disappointment about not being able to poop his pants on purpose during the live stream, despite his hopes and attempts. He then shifts the conversation discussing his Patreon. Oh yeah, patreon.com/waninginterest. The link should be right there under in all the descriptions, wherever you are. And all this goes up where you can see it. Everything goes up on the Patreon page for free, but you can become a whip real cheap. $2 a month. It's pretty fucking cheap. And yeah, we got to pay for shit. Got to pay for StreamYard and Libsyn. What is it? And the entertainment value it provides to subscribers for a low monthly fee. Oh, yeah. I should finish reading the fucking sentence before I shift. It does a lot of shifting. It talks a lot. It likes to use the word shift. The host also shares his admiration for comedians, including Joe Rogan, how some of the funniest people come from unconventional backgrounds. Oh, you mean like Andy Enderist? Oh, how convenient and unconventional that I just read that and talking about Andy Enderist. Yeah, I have something where I talked about how Joe always talks about the funniest people come from fucked up backgrounds. The conversation ends with the host discussing. I'm not a Joe Rogan stan either, but it mentioned because we share a birthday. Ends with the host, and I worked with him once. With the host, talked a lot about DMT and mushrooms, discussing his fear of taking vitamin D, despite researching it. Research suggesting it help with bowel movements. I don't remember saying no. The vitamin D. I push vitamin D. No, they got that wrong too. Must. I don't know what I said. What? When? Because. The host discusses various topics. The nice part is they've got, at least the time might be right. You can go to this time and you can go, wait, that's not what he... Including creating content for the Patreon page and mentioning Phil Henry. Phil Henry. See, oh, that's sad. It's Hendrie. A radio personality they have worked with, and I worked with him in the past. Fuck that shit up. They're about his career, mentioned a Netflix documentary about him, but I haven't watched due to the cost. I ain't paying for that shit. I already know the story. That's what I said. The hosts are also share stories about working with him and encountering his ex-wife unexpectedly. What? No. That's no. No. What I said was, see, this is where it should have said the speaker shares stories about working with him, because Susie didn't. But here it says the hosts. Oh, there's one that I sent Susie. Was it from 141 or 142, where it seemed like everything that mentions that everything she talked about, it says he, and anything I talked about says she. So it flipped us both. It flipped us. We flipped. What is it? Where was I? No, but what I said was that the story was it wasn't Phil Hendrie's ex-wife. I didn't run into his ex-wife. I've never met his ex-wife. What I said was that one of Phil's previous producers' ex-wife from previous me, so like 15 years later, almost 20 years after he even worked with Phil, which was before me, I met his wife off of Bumble, his ex-wife off of Bumble. They've been divorced for years, and I saw her for a little bit, and that was one of the things when we were talking about each other's careers, blah blah blah, whatever, and I mentioned radio. Oh, my ex-husband worked in radio. Oh no, shit. Oh, he worked for Phil Henry. Oh yeah, so did I. Anyway, it's not about Phil Henry. It's about Joe Rogan. Additionally, they discuss a time when the host was injured and missed a date due to misunderstanding the plans. They discuss a time when the host was injured and missed it. Oh, that was Susie, I believe. I don't think that was me. They're fucking up my story. 145, the speaker shares his experience of injuring his foot during a football game. I broke it. He explains that while running, he heard a popping sound and felt something was broken. When I stopped, when I planted my foot, when I did a little juke move. Despite his initial belief that it was just a sprain. No, everybody else's, not mine. I knew it was broken right away. He ended up having to crawl across the grass to get to his car due to other circumstances. Yeah, because the girl was an idiot. Her friend said, go get your car and drive it, because she came to my place to pick me up to go. I didn't drive there. And they told her to go get her car and drive it onto the field and get in a boom, and she went all the way and then drove just to the edge and then got out and walked slowly back to us. And I'm laying there and she's just kind of slow. And everybody's like, what are you doing? And so I just started crawling, like, fuck this. I'm not waiting anymore. Anyway, later he discovered that he had fractured his second and third. Well, it was late, months later. They said, oh, you didn't just have one broken bone, you had a second. And your Liz Frank. Oh, the way they spell Liz Frank is hilarious. Should be a rock star. Yeah, and then they told me months later, something's so fucked up. And that was when I was, when I saw the girl, the ex-wife of the other guy. Because that was when I was still limping around like fucking Igor in Frankenstein. Or the humpback dude. Yeah, that's right. Igor, he kind of had a humpback. Liz Frank. Speaker mentions they had to fight to get the MRI. Yes. Oh yeah. The night before his surgery, the speaker received a text in his voice. Not a text, it was a phone call. I said phone call. I think. It was a phone call. It was a text and then a phone call. From his voice, and offered me a gig, causing him to ponder what to do. Anyway, that's enough. I'm done. Stop sharing, you stupid douche. Right? Right. All right, 20 minutes. Right? Oh, shit. It's the wrong thing. There you go. Well, that was fun. Did I tell you Star Wars fucking blows? Oh, you already knew that? Oh, we all did. This is how I watch it now, so I can't see a fucking thing. Did you know Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star? Even people that aren't Star Wars dorks know that Anakin Skywalker didn't blow up, that it was Luke Skywalker that blew up the fucking Death Star. Even people that don't know, even my ma, who named this little prick, swept that shit up. Little mess maker's back. What'd you call him? What'd you name him, Ma?
Ichabod.
There you go. Little shit's got a name now. And then this is
Little dance there. Yeah, the river dance.
that's what Ichabod does after he's done eating and making a mess. Little bit. Why did I write down hangover IV Advil night before? Why would I have written that down? That must have been from the post-show little discussion that Susie and I had after 142, right? Stanhope. I really wanted to play a game. Hey, did I tell you Babe Ruth? 1929. Mind if I smoke? Good. What else you got, Wayne? Wasn't there a tripping one? I had it ready to go, actually, a long time ago. Oh, look at those. Aren't those pretty? Look at that. Oh, look at that. See, this is all you should do. A little bit of wine, mushrooms, and weed, and you're good. You're good. The world will be such a better place. I hate narcotics. Don't you? Hope so. Gross. Psilocybin programs. You can actually go to the Alma Institute in Portland, Oregon. This is not a commercial. This is, sorry, I keep cutting myself off. Alma Institute, Portland, Oregon. almatraining.org. They teach you how to do the mushy. Psilocybin. You can do it at UC Berkeley. Too fucking expensive. Awaken ABBA LLC, Salem, Oregon. AwakenABA.com. Just letting you know. Change Institute in Oregon. It's all Oregon. Oregon. California, Berkeley, of course. Oregon. The rest are all yeah. You in Oregon? I hope so. Or maybe you can do it online. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just the babbling dabbler. I'm just giving you the heads up. Myco Method. Myco-method.com. Almost sounds like a group. Myco Method. Like the what is it? Chemical Brothers. The Chemical Brothers at the Main State Theater this Friday. Anyway, hey, in a world where this fucking douchebag just lost his voice. Subtlewinds.com, Eugene, Oregon. Do you know how to spell subtle? Is it subtle? I always say that. Why the fuck does vacuum have two U's? Isn't that the only word in the world that has two U's back to back? It's never going to make sense to me. All right. Tick, tick, tick. The Leals, what is it? Son of a slut. Is that an A at the end? Leela? Leela? School.org. You check for yourself. Look it up yourself. Earth Medicine Center Training Program in Oregon. earthmedicincenter.com. Entheogen Institute in Ashland, Oregon. Entheogen-Institute. Oh boy, do I need those glasses. .com. Clinical Cognitive Facilitator Training LLC in Tigard, Oregon. Tigard. My first dog was named Tig, even though he looked nothing like Tigger. He was a black lab. Racist. ClinicalCognitiveTraining.com. I already told you ChangeInstitute.com. Right. Subtle Winds. Synaptic Institute. Synaptic.institute. You can have a dot institute? Huh. Shit. That's for Todd. Shit. Subtle Winds. Leela. The Mending Mindcelium method. That's funny. Mindcelium. Mending Mind. CELIUM.com. All of them, again, in Oregon, except for Berkeley, which I'm sure is the most expensive. And then there's cannabis-specific institutions and programs. Look at these motherfuckers, got the hats and everything. This goes with, Susie's daughter, Sarah. She just graduated. Yeah, but she didn't look like that. They had purple. And she didn't have a goatee. Well, that's not a goatee. That's almost an Amish beard. But it's cool that he's smoking his diploma. Notice that it's like a Big J. Big J Okerson. Cannabis-specific institution programs. Didn't I say this once before? Didn't I already do this? Anyway, to the news. GF Institute. It's online. Green Flower is the California company behind the curriculum of many, if not most, certifications and programs listed. While the institute itself doesn't offer its own courses, you can check out its website for listings of institutions currently running its curriculum. Is it curriculum or I was just shifting. I didn't squeeze anything out. GF Institute. Is it institute.org? There you go. GF Institute. Apparently they're the GFs, the OGs of the GFs. They get the shit done. They do all this. They must be the scholastic of the scholastics. Man, this is coming off soon. Gonna be doing that Ragnarok. I mentioned Ragnarok before. Yeah, I'm gonna get Stan Lee in here, and with that thing, Then I'm gonna. I could look like Thor right now, but pulling the top back. See, it's nothing but innuendo, unintentional innuendo. It's like Endgame, but that was intentional. Like the MCU. So, man, it was like they were fucking dropping little hints early on before, and then all of a sudden they just went full DEI or whatever. I don't know. I'm just... Trichome Institute, online. Oh my God, they're getting worse as the minute goes by. This is another place you can find course selections for sommeliers. I'm not going to do it, but this online institute also offers an education in cooking with cannabis, consultant training. Always got to be salesy douches, mostly. And you don't need to be a salesy douche. It's fucking weed. It sells itself. Didn't even need this shit before. Extraction and dispensary management. TrichomeInstitute.com. You're welcome. You're all fucking welcome. I don't hear no thank you. Wait. Am I hearing it? Ah, shit, I hit the wrong fucking
Pin. Little dance there. Yeah, the river dance.
Randy was laughing at me fucking that shit up. Damn, man, I hit that. Because normally I hate that shit. I hit the button down at the bottom because normally it's Susie's up there so that the screens are different. So I got to do different things. And I kept hitting remove instead of fucking hitting play.
Pin. Little dance there. Yeah, the river dance.
Cookies U, Humboldt County, California, as part of the Cookies brand social impact initiative. As part of the Cookies brand social impact initiative, Cookies U is offered exclusively to manage marginalized community members. That sounds racist. Programs are free for selected applicants and focus on seed to sale training with paid compensation. That one makes my eyebrow go. Did you see it? Me either. impact.cookies.co/cookies.u. They're annoying in every fucking thing they do. Sorry, but you are. I don't know, maybe the best fucking place, but what do we got? 10 more fucking minutes. Cleveland School of Cannabis. I was going to laugh if it was in California. Independence, Ohio. Oh, speaking of independence, don't tell anybody, but the Lords might have going to be doing a gig on July 3rd, which is the anniversary of that guy's going bye-bye. And then a month later, I was born. What? Cleveland School of Cannabis, Independence, Ohio. If payment is an obstacle, this Ohio Board of Career Colleges and Schools approved institution can provide student loans with deferred payment plans. That's nice. csceducation.com/about. There you go. There's more. You want to hear another one? This is the best one. Well, I don't know if it's the best one. It's just got the best name. THC University. Everyone should go. Every school should be THC University. Anyway, where is it? It's online, motherfuckers. You ain't got to go nowhere else. We could do it together. You want to do it together? I don't either. Cannabis specific. Good God, this strawberry candy is good shit. Cannabis specific institutions like THC Uni. Oh, don't do that. That sounds so cheese dickly. Aren't restricted to the same standards as many traditional schools. So they team up with industry experts like Jorge Cervantes, Cervantes, whatever you want, to provide programs. I'd ask him to provide programs in everything from intro to CBD to terpene basics. THCuniversity.org. Nice how they rhyme too. It all goes together. Did I tell you Trichome Institute? I did. What else we got? Oh my God, these are real ones. Real universities. St. Cloud State University, St. Joseph's University in Philadelphia, St. Louis University in Cleveland. Nice try. Portland Community College in Oregon. Morrisville, New York. Sunny Morrisville. SUNY. Syracuse. Fucking Syracuse University. Motherfucking shit. Always makes me think of Chris Mullin. Because he played for a different... No. Yeah, right? Or is he St. John's? He's St. John's. Some bitch. Fuck that up. Syracuse makes me think of that other guy. Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. University of Denver. University of Maryland, Rhode Island, Vermont, Illinois. Or is it Stockton in New Jersey? Stautzenberger College. Fucking A. They must be from Africa. St. Cloud, St. Joseph, said that one. St. Louis, Portland. Beale in Bangor, Maine. Holy motherfucking shit. 6 minutes. Beale's fully online... Is everything okay? Of course it is. Not. Beale's fully online programs... I could go there. Includes focuses... Because I ain't going to Bangor. It's an hour and 20 minutes away or so. If not more. If I'm driving, it's more. Because I drive like I'm stoned. Good. Stoners are good drivers. Most of us. When? Because plant sciences... Did I say that right? No. Beale's fully online programs include focuses on... Is that correct? Is it? Beale's fully online programs include focuses on medicinal plant sciences, cannabis business administration, and cannabis business operations. See, it's starting to sound corporate and it's making me want to fucking hurl my guts out. Go poo-poo, like the thing said. I was trying to poop. I had best hopes to shit on the podcast. What the fuck? They took that. They took that. Oh man, it's like I was like I said, makes me feel like I'm married again. Colorado State University, Pueblo. Looking to live the lab life like Walter and Jesse? At CSU Pueblo, you can pursue science-oriented studies like a cannabis biology and chemistry bachelor or master of science degree. CSU Pueblo.edu. 5 minutes. Columbus, George, or is it Gorge? Because it's Gorge. That's Gorge. Hey, excuse me for a second. Northern Michigan University. You can. There you go. Hey, you can read too. While I do what I do, you can read. Oh, whoops. Lit that twice. Dumb douche. When? Because I don't know. Northern Michigan University. Marquette, Michigan. NMU provides 24-week online credit certificate. No, there's no credit thing. You made that up, bitch. NMU provides 24-week online certificates from compliance and business to healthcare and agriculture. Cannabisstudies.nmu.edu. Where's my fucking money, people? Send me some money for doing this for you. If you, email them and say, hey, I heard about it on the whip. Send that bitch some money. Sign up to his fucking patreon.com/waitinginterest. Link is in the description. Oh, and then there's the Twitter and all the other shit, too. All the other stuff. School is in sesh. It's funny, is it? I don't. The permanent marker. Cultivated. That's really what it is. It's not cultivated. It's cultivated. Okay? Pot bots. Artificial intelligence. See, it all it all comes around. All comes full circle. What did I do? What am I doing? You dumb son of a bitch. What did that say? Oh, hi there. Didn't mean to be so close to the microphone. I'm trying to do it right. Damn it, Mama, I'm trying to do it right. I told you, lick smaller. Wait, what the fuck? Why is this not doing it? How come I get... Whatever. Artificial intelligence, or AI, could be the most impactful technology of the century, but they can't listen very well and spit out a summary. They fuck your shit up like your ex. But it isn't new, and not just your ex, I'm kidding. A lot of people do that. But it isn't new, and as we sit in the ever-evolving churn of cannabis legislation and legalization, it's important to look at emerging technological advancements with a questioning eye and ask, is AI good for the cannabis movement? It's certainly not good for the whip. Well, it is for laughs. Yeah, there's the answer. It is for laughs. 2 minutes. All right. AI took my job. The industry analysis. Emerging technology has been stealing jobs since the automatic loom was invented, helping kick off the Industrial Revolution in 1814 and driving competition for skilled mill workers rather than simple laborers. Much like today's tech workers, those skilled workers were wooed with libraries and other perks as the lower class laborers languished, assuming their role in the economy was over. All right. That's enough of that shit. That's what I did most of the... I fucking read almost this whole... I've never done that before. Not bad reading, huh? It's okay, I guess. Yeah, gotta do something. I did it, and we're almost out. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed. I hope it was goofy enough. I hope it was educational enough. And it can even be more educational because, I told you. I just did it. I just showed you. Oh, and then there's a Doug Stanhope book you can read. This Is Not Fame. And also he's got another book called Digging Up Mother. Also hilarious and a great story. It's so great how, and that's how it shows how cool fucking Doug is. He just can't get canceled because he says the right thing every time, even though he's filthy, and he does it in the greatest ways. Fucking telling you that Becker and Andrist are funnier than him, and most people don't even know who the fuck they are. That's how cool that motherfucker is. That's all I'm saying, right? We almost out. What do we got? Oh, look at that. Hey, Susie, I know you're out there. Of course you are. Love you, brother. Why am I not hearing my... Why is it not playing? What? You son of a slut. Fucking fuck my shit up. Watch James Corbett, Corbett Report, Jimmy Dore Show, Glenn Greenwald, Gray Zone, Revolutionary Blackout Network. Look for yourself. I'm just a fun babbling lecturer, dabbler. Ryan Dawson, yeah, look at his shit. Remember, Raul Neo, AK1. Sorry I ran long. Had to bump comedian Ron White again. Thanks, Gary. Daddy loves you. Shit. Thought I had it. Messing with my peebles. Night, 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 night.